Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is vital to the future of you all. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. How are you? It's so nice to, it is, you know what? People say that, Radio Day. It's so nice to be here with you. And it really is. Now I'm on the other side of the thing, I'm like, oh, it actually is nice. I'm really genuinely happy. It has been a day of fraught with, what's the words I'm looking for? Fraught with unexpected twists and turns, things I'm not really quite that used to. Listen, I am very similar to Mycroft Holmes. I am a sediment being. No, how has Holmes described him? He has his tracks and he runs along them, and that really is me. I have my little routine. I like my little routine. If you shake me from my little routine, I get a bit scared. I left the house. I left my little town. For the first time in like a month and a half last week. I went to get a bite to eat. It's quite nice. It's a place called Poke. Have you had Poke in wherever you are in America and England? It's essentially sushi as a salad, right? They give you a bowl and you choose like a base. Like you can have a rice or lettuce, and then you get the different things you get in sushi. You can have like salmon and sweet potato, and they're really good. I mean, it was really, really good. So it's also nice to get out. Anyway, today I was beavering away working, and I just put out another in the oh boy, that aged badly videos. Because oh boy, did that age badly? Yes, it did. I'm not sure if it did age worse. Yeah, I think it did. Kelly Sue DeCornick is Kelly Sue DeCornick. What's the word? Talking about like masculinity and politics and comics and like how it being an SJW is a good thing. Yeah, they were trying to reclaim the word back then. It was 2017. They were like saying, no, it's a good thing. Captain America would be an SJW. And it's like, oh no, he wouldn't. So I do go to quite some detail explaining the difference between a virtuous person and a social justice warrior, because a social justice warrior is not a virtuous person. That's based upon it. The core of a social justice warrior is they're very selfish. Everything they do is for themselves. All the causes they scream about is to make themselves feel better about themselves. So they go, look at what a wonderful person I am. Oh, so good being me. That's who they are, and that's why they got to scream. But the other thing they do, you can always tell a social justice warrior, especially on Twitter, when they spend their lives looking into other people's lives to see who they can accuse. See that they are the 21st century version of 21st century version of the woman in the street who would always be peering curtains, see what she can get going, see what that's them. They're always looking to condemn someone. They love it, or tell somebody that wrong. So this is going to tie into Doctor Who. So there was this meme going around there. It was quite funny with Tom Baker saying, "Oh, I would always like to kick a Tory in the bollocks." And I am more. Right now, I'm much more on the right wing of the spectrum than the left. Left wing's crazy. Yeah, listen, I used to be a lefty. Oh my God. Funny thing is, when I was watching this thing with Kelly Sue McCormick, whatever her name is, right? DeCornick. I believed her and everything she was saying. I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. Like, she's saying, listen, I don't want to stop anybody else's type of comics. I would let comics be normal. I don't want to add my ones as well. I'm like, well, that's fair enough, And I remember I bought Bitch Planet when it came out, and I was like, I like the artwork was good, but I was waiting. I was like, but why are women a second class? I don't know. It was just kind of bollocks if you ask me. Anyway, we have a guest coming on tonight. That's also exciting. Anyway, so I was kind of like in the social justice warrior. I like Bendis' stuff, I really got into, I got into him through Powers, his Daredevil. His Daredevil, I think, is excellent, I like, what's her name? what did he do again? His Miles Morales Spider-Man. I prefer that to the Peter Parker Ultimate Spider-Man. One second, I'm just going to send Noel a link. I think he is joining us, and that's really quite exciting. There you go. Oh, I got a thumbs up. That's always a good sign. There you go. The link is in Messenger, and I will send it in the Twatters as well. Have I got to open up Twitter? Second, I love you so much. I rebooted my computer, and I have a Mac. Okay, I reboot like once a week, maybe. It depends how intensive work I've been doing. But if I do like really graphics heavy work, look, is it anything going? Oh no, I just pressed the wrong button. That's why also my computer just looked at me blankly and said, "What? I don't understand." Yeah, I posted the link into the search bar on Twitter. That's probably wrong. Don't search the link. There you go. See the link on the Twatters. That's right. That's going. No, Kelly Sue DeCornick. Miss Berger asking Gail Simone. Yeah, I sent you. Do you want me I'll send you by email as well. Okay, 1 second. I'll give you all the mod cons here. Okay. Oh, I just opened up a window by mistake. Didn't mean to do that. Yes, I'm just opening up my email program. Anyway, so yeah. So I was kind of, if she was telling the truth, it would be fine. Yeah, but now, I know she was lying through her teeth. It aged very badly. Now I know she was in a Whisper Networks. Like, there's no question she was in a Whisper Networks to gatekeep comics. She was like literally 100% barefaced lying. You don't get much more lying than that. Oh, come on, my bloody program's taking forever to open up. There you go. No, not get mail. I wanted the new message. Oh, yeah, it's just like if you want to see a boomer in the wild. So wait, I go. I should come up the right thing. Just give me the little spinny wheel. Give me the little spinny wheel. Yeah. Yeah, we do get boomer moments here. Oh, come on. That's not. No, then it just went. That's not right. Okay, I hope this is the right email. Okay, I hope this is the right email. Link. I think that's the right one. Okay, fine. Email. Okay, I've sent it to you every way humanly possible now. At this point, we can work it out, mate. We can work it out. Hello, Rick. Okay, let's get to the. Oh, there he is.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Things seem calm and calm, cool, collected at the TARDIS Zone house. The household as always there. What's going on?
Not much. Just took Cheryl's dinner out and just waiting on my own. So yeah.
So what is your good wife dining on this evening?
Well, she's having a chicken and ham pie.
All those words are good. Okay,
yeah.
Carry on.
And I'm having a thing.
Because I'm Jewish. So yeah. I hear chicken. I'm like, yeah, I like chicken. Then I hear ham. I'm like, the forbidden fruit. I like a bit of forbidden fruit. You got chicken and ham. And then, boom, you top it all with the word pie. It gets better with each word.
And I'm having a thing called a coddle.
Oh, I would then. Please tell me what a coddle is.
Well, it's basically an old Irish dish. It's basically, it's kind of like, how do I put it? A poor dish. It was like years ago, whatever leftover vegetables you had and meat, and you threw it into a pot and you made a light soup for it. So that's what I'm having. No, it's not. Stew is different. Stew is the brown soup. Completely different.
Completely different. Completely different. We're not in the right ballpark.
Okay, the difference is it's the soup then, Cheryl. See, Cheryl thinks there's no difference because it's just two different soups, but basically the ingredients are the same.
Over here is racking my brain head hurts.
But do you have dumplings in any of them?
Yeah, you can. But I don't.
I like the dumplings.
You are right. You can. Yeah. It's more of an
Okay.
English thing. That
If ever you come to Israel, right, and you're here by Friday night, you get this really cool. First, you do you have we do the thing on bread. You would do this ritual washing your hands. You don't have to do it. And then you say a blessing and you sit down and you have wine. You have the drink of wine and then you have bread. This really cool bread that my wife makes. But then the first course after that is this chicken soup, a thick broth with vegetables and chicken in it, but it has these dumplings in it called knedlach, which are very, very good. Which are basically, how can I explain them? They're like kind of like these light dumplings, light fluffy dumplings.
Yeah,
you would probably like that.
Oh yeah, I like acting like that. You know what I mean? Like being an ex-chef anyway. You know, I like.
Right.
Yeah, so I like food anyway. I mean. But I mean, I try acting. I mean, I had Kel's brain once. Like,
I've done that. A bit slimy. I wasn't impressed. I didn't like that. I've never had testicle. Right?
Yeah.
You know, on a menu a few times. I'm like, no, I never want to put that in my mouth. Ever.
Yeah, I've never had balls in my mouth. No, I have to be honest.
Exactly. Even with a gun to your head, you're like, it might be worth dying. It might be worth it. You know.
Yeah. When I watch a celebrity get me out of here, I don't mind watching a celebrity eating a bollock. You know?
Oh yeah, right. Because they have it coming to them, obviously. Right, let me get to the chat. Time Mechanic, could what is it? Are you the first? Make sure. Yeah, you are the first. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Kelly Lynch, I know it's good morning for you, Tiderson. Well, you're here, so I'm saying hello. Hidian, how are you? You had a very good comment. What was that? I can't remember. Well, I was going through the comments. I was like, oh, that's a good comment. Third Doctor. Third Doctor, you sent me a link to this really cool. You put it on Twitter on this YouTube guy who has all these very cool renderings of TARDISes. I love that. Oh, yeah. Have you seen it?
I have. I've seen something. I think it was someone sent it to me. I think on Messenger or Twitter. But yeah, I definitely seen it. Yeah, there's some. Lately, I've just been looking at some of the artwork that's out there. It's amazing. These fans, you know, keep doing it. You're keeping the fandom alive. You know, I mean, stuff like that really does get the fandom's pulses racing. I mean, the amount of art that I've seen in the last 24 hours, especially when I've been talking to people, unbelievable, especially on Facebook. New Christopher Eccleston art out. Fantastic.
That new piece was really good.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's wonderful to see. But I see the title of your video. I actually put the article up last night. I have to say the ranking, the script. I
can't wait to go through that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, mate.
Sent me a link to a Capaldi video, but I can't find it. They just sent it to me on Parler, but I can't find it on Parler.
Oh.
I think she posted it to a timeline. If not, we're going to look for it. It's a video of Capaldi meeting this autistic kid on set who was a bit freaked out about him regenerating. I'm like, I got to see. I haven't seen that clip. It just sounds awesome.
Oh, that's the one where he comes. Yeah, and he sent another kid a letter as well because some other kid was devastated that he was leaving the role, and this kid actually wrote him a letter and he responded to the letter. Peter Capaldi's always been good like that, though. So
yeah, I last night I took a night off, right? And I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch a Capaldi episode, and I just forgot how good they were. I watched The Caretaker, which is not a very good episode. It's an okay episode. I quite liked it, apart from the monster. If they had a better monster, it would have worked a lot better.
Yeah. Look, as I said, you know, we will all as fans reevaluate Peter Capaldi's era. Yes, it was starting to get woke, but if you look at what we're getting now, and it's not it's actually nothing. It's actually not that bad. So I would say to people, you know, I know you have a problem, but we're going to have to judge TV shows on how less woke they are now. And if you look at Peter Capaldi's era, it is less woke to what we're getting right now. So And there's some great stories. I mean, Rabbi will tell you, Peter Capaldi has some standout stories, and it's such a shame
And he
that
really
he
does.
is
Really. I mean,
tainted
like,
and fans do knock him down. It's such a shame because he's such a great doctor. And he's the doctor that we needed.
The more I'm seeing him now, the more I'm like really, really regretting we didn't get more of him.
I know.
I found the clip on YouTube. Not that clip, but this
I
other
know
one.
what you're talking about. Yeah. The clip that
Yeah,
you
let
want
me put it for.
Well, make sure you don't get a copyright though. No, make sure that
it's
okay.
just talking, so it should be fine.
Well, we don't want you to get a strike now, so just be careful.
Yeah,
is Chris in the chat? Is Chris in the chat? Because if Chris is in the chat, he'd be able to tell us.
Chris knows what we're doing. I'll say hello to the chat. Yeah, Chris is here. Now about I gotta say hello to more people. Hang on.
Well, we've got the blue planet there, time mechanic.
The chat, and then we'll watch this. So Chris is here. Kelvin, it's a disaster era. How are you, time mechanic? Yeah, we need the temporary mechanic. Derek McManus, how are you? Hail, sir. Third Doctor. Oh, you sent me something good as well. What was that? I have to remember. You know, I could just look it up. Blue Planet. Quite a good Big Finish release is Blue Planet Forgotten. I quite like that. What's my rankings of the Doctors? Well, I'm kind of like the Brigadier. Wonderful chap, all of them. You know, I go, who's my favorite Doctor? And this is a genuine answer. And actually, another fan told me this answer when I asked him, who is your favorite Doctor? I think he's so right. This was back in the 80s, right? This must be in 87. Who's your favorite Doctor? Whichever Doctor I'm watching at the time, because I love all of them. And
exactly,
he's so right.
Yeah.
It really is the truth. I'm like, yeah. I was watching a bit of the Peter Cushing movie yesterday, but I'm sorry the trailer's not out yet. I will try tomorrow. Today's
no problem. I just wanted to ask you while I have you here, though. Are you going to do a trailer for Love of Monsters as well? Or,
yeah. I'm just behind and everything. So today, I'm working away, and my wife says, "Oh yeah, we got to get out the house for 3 hours." I'm like, "What the?" And I work here, you know. So I'm like, "No." It was a disaster, and I had like 80 comments or something I needed to reply to. Yeah. I was like, much easier at a computer, but I was like, fine. So we're at the house because they'll debugging the house. So I got to expect to see lots of dead roaches soon as well. That's fun to look forward to.
So you're still getting the place. You're still getting some stuff done to your house, yeah?
Oh no, that's done. But now we got to get we got to get it like roach bombed every like 6 months or so.
Oh, right.
Yeah, otherwise they do start to take over. So what's my ranking? Whichever one I'm watching, but that's a very good question. George Falloon, how are you? I'm just whizzing through the chat. Oh, you're in the outside, Derek Manaz. I'm jealous. I am doing something strange side. If I have time, I'll tell you. Just jumped. I was doing so well.
Yeah, we've got. Hold on, I'll tell you who I have here. We've got Kelly Lynch. We've got the TARDIS time. We've got Colin P. Smith.
I love that name. Top 5: Pertwee, Smith, Capaldi, Tennant, Tom Baker. I tell you, can't argue. Good list.
Daniel's in the chat as well. We've got cool. Etienne Fall.
Just say Etienne. And there's a silent. There's an H on it which you can't see, which is really weird. I didn't know, but she told me. Who else was there? I just saw Colin P. Smith. How are you? Good evening, Ben Permut. You sent me some fun stuff too. Hopefully we'll get to that. TARDIS time. The TARDIS time is always a good time.
Here, did you see the video that someone made of me? I don't know if it was a. I don't think it was a P take. Actually, it doesn't seem to be. But someone took one of me photographs and basically put a bit of music behind it and made me lips move. It's actually quite funny, I have to say.
I'll check it out. They are weird people. They put us on.
It's on Twitter. It is. I put it on Twitter. I'll tell you what. I'll tag you now. I don't think it is a P take. I think it's just someone that was just wanted to do something for me because they tagged me in it, and the comments are actually good. Yeah. So,
bit weird.
It is a bit weird.
By the way, anybody in the chat or who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm getting close to 1,500.
Yeah, please do subscribe to the Rabbi, and don't forget you'll get him on my channel the weekend as well.
Your channel in the chat. I believe you're modded. If you're not, I'll come and mod you. But I think you're modded.
No, I am modded. Yeah, I just don't know how to bleed and do it myself. So, like, you know,
well,
if anybody is there wants to throw it in,
yeah, I'll look at.
yeah, don't forget, like, because Rabbi is doing very well, man. His channel's growing very nicely.
I'm really happy
simmering away. Before you know it, he'll overtake me. So it'll be brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Deserves it.
Your channel is climbing up there as well, though.
Well, it's still going. Yeah, it's a bit of a slug. I'm on 1700 or something now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not far out.
No.
You'll
soon catch up with me. The both of us then will, we'll be great. We're grand. We're doing well.
I just put Noel's link in the chat. Okay. Yeah, one second. I really want to watch this.
Yeah, let's get this video. Oh, it's a BBC video.
Peter Capaldi's birthday surprise.
Happy birthday to you.
That's him singing.
Happy birthday, dear Peter.
But I don't see him.
Happy birthday to you. Almost exactly the same scene we were filming last year.
Damn, I missed that, man.
I so do. Like, I'm even going to watch like In the Forest of the Night just to see him again. We were like, okay, what's the bigger crime? That we got Jody or we lost him?
We lost him.
Yeah. I think Jody's pretty big crime.
I think Chris is at the actually putting the proper link in the chat. He's at the putting the actual video that you need.
Oh, have you done that?
Yeah. Because it's not the right video. It's this video that Chris has.
There we go. Got it. Awesome. Okay, 1 second.
But that was a nice little video. That was obviously Capaldi when he was leaving, wasn't it? Yeah, because Maisie Williams was there. So, yeah, that would have been...
He had another year to go after that. Here we go. This is... Oh, 1 second.
Probably was a year after that, actually. Yeah, this is the video.
Yes, let's give it a play.
Thomas, hello. Thank you very much for your letter. I really enjoyed getting it. Because you see, when Clara and I are traveling around in time and space, sometimes bad things happen to us. And you know what, Thomas? Sometimes sad things happen to us too. So it's nice to know that there's somebody like you out there who's on our side. And you should know that we're on your side too. So you look after yourself, you take care, and be happy. Bye.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Wow.
That kid must be going through something, right?
I'm actually like,
I'm tearing up. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, really? Yeah, no, it's absolutely wonderful.
That just got. But look, without getting emotional here, but that just goes to show you the type of man that he is and still is, because even when he's gone to these fan conventions and time has run out, he has stayed behind to continue to sign autographs and
he
stuff.
understands what it is to be the Doctor.
Yeah.
You can see that in the photo shoots when he he poses in exactly the same way that Tom Baker did 50 years earlier. That's like 30 years earlier, right?
But do you know what annoyed me about?
Oh my gosh, he's referencing that picture, that obscure picture that I happen to know.
Yeah. And you know what, though? Then last year we had that despicable article that came out about him that tried to suggest that he basically had a go at the wardrobe people because he wasn't happy with his costume. So they tried to discredit him last year. Do you remember we put that article up and that caused an awful lot?
I don't remember, people's.
But this is what they do. They try to discredit Capaldi. We can clearly see there's ageism within the fandom, which is such a shame.
you know what? It's funny though because every female fan, like Starry, who else? Every time I mention, like, oh look, Capaldi didn't have the same sex appeal as David Tennant or Matt Smith, they are all over me. They're like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and again, it's something that like really does great. What's it? Colin Peterson says that's because he understands what it is to be a fan. Not only that, okay, it's not that he only understands what it is to be a fan. He understands Doctor Who to a greater level than me, and I obsess about it. Like he understands it. He stopped them and made the Daleks like 2 inches wider. You know, just like tiny things like that. And he just—it's like what's his name? The iPhone guy who's dead. Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve
Jobs could say, like, move this 1 microcenter like, that way.
I know, and it make it, yeah, exactly, yeah. You need people like that, but that's what Russell was very good at doing, and Stephen Moffat up to a point, you know.
But Capaldi, I think, was better than Ross T. Davis.
Yeah.
Like, again, I mean, I look, people hate the scene, or the episode with the Dalek 2-parter in season 9. I love that. I mean, I love him coming out on the tank. I just love it. I'm sorry. I'm like,
right. Yeah. Do you know what? That scene for years is upsetting, but over the last few months, I've actually sat down and watched that again, and I have to say it is typical of his Doctor. I mean, it was something he wanted to add to the role himself because he does play music, and I thought, well, fair enough, you know. It was funny him coming out. I have to admit, it was. And Missy's face just is priceless when she sees him coming out.
As well, and he plays Pretty Woman, and you don't know who he's playing it for, Missy or Clara. You know, it's really clever. And
it is because that's when we find out that the Doctor is really in trouble because he's never called on the Master or Missy to help him, and unless it was something serious. So
it's like a really good poetry story on acid. Let's say you drop acid, right? Sit down. An hour later, you roll up a joint. This is like, obviously you don't do this because, but let's say you did that, right? And you start cooking, and suddenly the acid hits, and suddenly that's when the starts. And you're in the poetry style, right? That what would happen in that episode of Doctor Who? He would come out all free. Like, who could wear a velvet jacket and a frilly shirt other than Jimi Hendrix or John Pertwee, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Capaldi could do it, right?
Peter Capaldi could do it because he's the same. Yeah, you're right, because he's got that same air about him. Him and Pertwee's Doctor are actually pretty close, Rabbi. That's a good point you make there. I actually said, you know, I'd even go one further. You could actually insert Capaldi into most of Pertwee's stories, and it'd be flawless.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You put him in Pertwee's story, but then you drop acid, right? And then you're at the Wizard's Apprentice or the Wizard's Familiar, whatever. Yeah, and like he's coming out on a tank playing a guitar.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and again, I thought Michelle Gomez's Missy was perfect there, just absolutely perfect. But there's a scene I think towards the end of the first episode. When you think they're in a space station, but they're really on Skaro, and he like does a little jump, and he says gravity. You're like, you know, just like they click, and they're equals, and you see that their history. That's why I really got into the master audios on Big Finish. You see that their history is a real shared, genuine thing. But that's why it's because of that performance. I got into the master audio as a Big Finish. So I'm really interested in that character. I'm hearing more, and they're all very good, by the way. If did you hear that third Doctor one?
I'm going to listen to it tonight, believe it or not, because I've been on a bit of a Star Trek original series binge watch, believe it or not, because it's available on Netflix now. So I'm actually trying to watch it before Netflix decide to take it off.
It's been on Netflix for me forever.
Yeah, they've actually updated the effects in it, so it actually looks a lot clearer.
That. Yeah, yes, they're better. You're 100% right, they're better.
Yeah, it's so much better, and even the planets, they're not all the same color now. They've tweaked the planets and all now.
Attention to detail.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna play the trailer to this. How do I do that? If I go, okay, I got to share the screen. Where am I? Go share screen. Now, this I know I got permission because Nicholas Briggs on air said, play whatever trailers you like. So it should be okay.
Oh, he did allow you? Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, because you did interviews with him, yeah.
Right. And look, I'm basically doing right. Although the Third Doctor and Perry said,
Hey, I wanted to ask you something very interesting. You interviewed him, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? You interviewed him. Do you reckon at the time you interviewed him that he'd already had that information? Well, he would, wouldn't he? He would have known that Christopher Eccleston was coming back. Because he did say something interesting.
He was in negotiations and he could tell the something he wanted to talk about, but he
couldn't tell it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You did reference it in your interview. You should throw that interview back up again, Rabbi. Seriously, throw that interview back up again because he does reference that there's something he wants to tell us, but he can't.
Right. Oh, yeah, it must have been that. Because how much more exciting can you get?
Yeah.
People
still ask me where do I stand. Still on it. I'm kind of like I'm not being one around, but you know we will see. As I said, when I listen to the first audio, or we see what comes out in the next trailer. Now they can't cock this up as Rabbi said because they cocked up Time Lord Victorious, right? So they need to.
Stuff they do on their own. Actually, it's not that. We're going to be talking about is Big Finish going woke, and in a lot of ways they are. And I ain't going to give you the definitive guide on what to look out for. Right?
Go on, play the trailer. Go on. I won't disturb you anymore. Go on, sorry.
Because it's really cool. Yeah, 1 second.
You really think it's not safe?
My dear Joe, if the place does go up, it's liable to be with an explosion so large we couldn't outrun it now if we tried.
Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Volume 6.
Oh, great.
Activate! We will bring this country to its knees.
My willing servants, heed my words and I shall tell you.
What do you think of the John Pertwee guy?
Yeah, he sounds a lot better.
He really is. And I like the music. They got the music right, and it really has that feel.
So far, so good. And
let me carry on because you're getting hear the Brigadier soon. It was really good.
Oh.
I shall tell you how to win this war.
I very much like your cape. You cut a dash, sir. You have quite a silhouette.
Mr. Churchill, it's an honor.
And you, madam, must be Joe Grant.
We are going to take the fight to the enemy and make them regret the day they ever came here.
Oh.
The Daleks will rule the day, mark my words.
Wow, that does sound like...
Isn't it good? Yes, John Culture as the Brigadier. Perfect.
Wow, that's impressive now so far. I'm impressed.
Yeah, we'll listen to his master audios after this because they put that trailer up. This is better, I think. Yeah, let me press play.
Your companion will be submitted to robotization.
No, I assumed you'd want to see one of our core security measures in practice.
Well, it does sound very effective.
See, your sergeant has an open mind on progress.
Yes, I'm sure you're a shining example to us all, Benton.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I know one thing. Well, the universe would be a much worse place without him. So I'm not just doing it for me or the Doctor. I'm doing it for everyone he's ever helped and everyone he's going to help in the future.
Now, here's what I want you all to do. First, we need to find a Dalek.
These words are meaningless.
Your commander will not be killed. Scan him.
This is the Dalek Supreme. Prepare for the invasion of Earth. He hung up with me.
Well, I've left that extermination from you lot, thank you.
Carry on, Sergeant.
Dismissed! Big Finish. We love stories.
That's pretty darn cool. That's a good representation of what it's like, though. It's good.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I'm just looking at the price, though. Holy.
Oh yeah, boy. It's $20 if you're $20 if pounds if you get it as a pre-order. But if you wait and get it later, then they go up, which I think is crazy. I think they should bring the price down after a year. Make it, and then they'll just sell what this was $9.99. They'll sell, I think, triple of them.
Yeah, they would. I agree with you because there's
It's a price. It's really good quality stuff.
Yeah.
It's his master release. The one's coming up. Go over here. We'll do it. What's new? Is it next month or the one after? Oh, if there's a trailer for that, we should listen to the Time War one. Oh, this is freaking awesome by Callan. That is fantastic. How much is that? That is, wow, 25 bucks.
Wow.
Worth every penny. That is really, really good.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. This one here.
Time Lord Victorious. Oh, here we go.
But he's playing. Okay, so he's the good thing is John Colsher. He's got these Delgado Master and the Ainley Master. So he's doing
right.
He can get both of them. Good news is Simon Gurrier has written one of these stories.
Right.
Who has a good pedigree. Bad news is Sophie Isles has written the other one, who has no pedigree other than being a massive SJW. Right, this massive.
Right. So you're a bit worried.
I don't know. I mean, I think just hearing. Look, it's $5, but I think hearing John Colsher's voices doing Delgado is worth it. Here, let's listen to the trailer.
Right. Why not? Sure, can't be that bad.
From Big Finish Productions.
The soft shine of the glass caught another creature, an immaculate bearded figure, carrying the blue cylinder on the one arm. The Master.
Doctor Who, Time Lord Victorious. Short Trips. Master Thief.
You had the most glowing recommendation, she told him. The Advocate General is a good friend. He demurred. In fact, the Master had met the old woman just once, for all of 5 minutes. She recommended you to. I mean, the repository. You're
not bad.
Well, there's no. It just seems to be all talking so far. So I mean,
the short trips is only talking. Is only So, but no, his take on Delgado isn't bad. Well, isn't as good as his Brigadier. That's spot on.
Yeah.
So let's keep going on. We'll hear a bit more on Ainley as well.
Their screams reverberated down the dark passage.
I mean, if they could get a good master actor, I would love to hear some Delgado stuff.
You will obey me.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
Death descended on the planet Alexis, one bright and crisp, clear morning. The Cthulhu now bent and placed her hands on top of the dense litter of the forest floor. The creatures of and in the ground were drawn to her warmth and power. They came to her voluntarily. She brushed the carapace of a tiny...
Okay, all we want to hear is bloody Ainley. Come, let's hear him. God's sake.
A most intriguing species,
said
the man in black velvet. The woman didn't flinch, but incredibly, she hadn't known he was there. I take it, he said agreeably, eyes now on the woman, that I have the pleasure of addressing the true representative of the all-hallowed Cthulhu. I am your humble servant. He bowed, though there was something playful, insincere in his movement. Did he dare to mock her? Now that I have your attention...
That's not bad, that's good.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Like, I'm all for hearing, like other actors play characters if I get to it, if I believe it's the character, right? If I can, I was going to listen to see if they got a trailer for the Time War one.
See, here's the problem I have.
Yeah,
the two lads are dead. Yeah,
all right.
They've got Masters and Missy that's alive. I just don't know why they didn't have them in Time Lord Victorious, because obviously they'd be closer to the David Tennant timeline.
Somebody said, "Oh, we've never heard a." They probably wanted to say, "What hasn't anybody heard before?" Right? and they have to say, well, we haven't heard of Delgado or a alien master. That would probably bring people in. That's probably how the conversation went. And then they went, well, who could do that? And they went, well, John Carshaw. But that's probably what happened. It seems to me to be a sales-driven decision rather than a story-driven one, which I'm fine. Which I'm fine with. Like, okay, listen, I don't mind people like whoring themselves out to me. That's fine. Just do it in a way that I like. That's all I'm saying. If you make it too obvious, I'm not so interested. Or if you make it too obvious, you've got to be a real slut. Okay, you can't like be coy about it at that point.
No, you've got to point it.
So here, let's look at the trailer of this one. This has been quite a good series. It's been pulled down in the time.
Hold on, Rabbi. I just have to mute this.
I don't know who took who out. Did Teddy take Noel out, or did Noel take Ted out? I guess we'll find out in a second. Oh, okay, his microphone's off. So we'll wait for him to come back before Dan, how are you doing? This new interactive event, they're tying into Time of Victorious now. Absolutely, Rebecca. Yeah, I know. It's it sounds crap. It sounds like crap and a stupid idea. Why would you tie an interactive event into your that's tied to a location to the launch of your new multi-platform initiative? So yeah, the jumping on point, your very first jumping on point is only available to a handful of people. Dumb. You want to make your jumping on point the most available. I've said this many times over now. They should be giving away the central story for free. It should be a novel or something like that. Again, you want to save money, pay Paul Cornell to write the bloody novel and then serialize it online, and people will be excited by that.
Right, sorry about that.
You'll bloody pay for a print copy when it's done. You can make your money back. You schmucks! What a slap!
Listen, they don't care. Listen. When this Time Lord Victorious was announced and it was all on multi-platforms, what did I say? Only people that have money are going to be able to afford to complete this whole thing, and it wasn't fair. Wasn't fair, right? And I don't care if. And the thing about it is they tried to get around it by saying, well, you don't have to buy all the elements. We'll give you an overview. Well, what about all those people that do buy all the elements? They're going to feel a bit cheated because, right, you don't have to buy it, but you'll still understand the story. That's ridiculous. They should have made it the way I caught the end of what you said, to be honest with you, because I have the earphones in, so I don't disturb him.
So I'm saying they should have had one central story they gave away for free. Like get Paul Cornell to write the novel and serialize it online so you get excited each week when the new chapter comes out, right? Make it into an event, and then people will buy the print copy as well because they like it. Because you made it into you can't just put shit out nowadays and expect people to buy it. You got to give them a show. You got to look at Ethan Van Sciver, right? Ethan Van Sciver. Over $1 million. He's insanely entertaining. I wish I was as entertaining as he was. So I mean, like it's that's what sales are made from. They're not made from people wanting stuff. It's from personal connections. You know.
Exactly.
Do you ever watch The Apprentice?
Yeah, which one though? The American or the
English one, the one with
Alan Sugar. Yeah, I have. Yeah,
I love the one with the Irish guy who could sell snow to Eskimos. Do you remember that guy?
I do remember that fella. He was brilliant. Yeah.
They always have one Irish person on there, and they're always brilliant. They had this blonde Irish woman. She had like blonde hair, blue eyes. She was like, "You're perfect. Yeah, your Irish eyes are calling." You know, she was fantastic as well. She didn't win. I thought that's the thing. I always think that the people, wrong people, win those things. Free online skeleton, which will satisfy on its own, but make people want to buy the other stuff. Exactly. And what you do. Then you generate buzz around it. You start a YouTube channel. Have like daily shows, weekly shows about it. Like turn the comments on. Turn the chat on. Schmucks. Again, sell your bloody stuff. Don't just plop it out there and go, oh, look, we put a logo on it for you. There you go. Oh, look, David Tennant. You like a bit of David Tennant. Yeah, for God's sake. You know,
Yeah, exactly. They're just pandering to us now because, you know, they've been pandering. Exactly, and they need money now, and they know we're the gobshites that will actually go out and buy this stuff because we're the ones that actually buy the merchandise.
Well, you know, listen, I jumped quickly and got the.
I know you did. I know you did. And as I said, any fan that does buy these things, I'm not going to criticize. If that's what you are into, that's what you are into. Right now, I'm just being cynical about the whole lot because
you know, I get the real impression they're going to be shit.
well, you know, listen, Time Lord Victorious might be, but there's some hope for fans of Christopher Eccleston because let's be honest, there is one thing to be said about him. He doesn't like bad scripts because, you know, he does have a bit of an ego. If you've read his book, you can clearly see the man has an ego. So the thing about it is, if he's coming back, the scripts have to be spot on, and that's the one good thing that you have going in our favor right now. With Time Lord Victorious is a different story because David Tennant is kind of woke himself, and his missus is a feminist. So you know he doesn't care what's inserted into his stuff.
But like, you know what? Yeah, you don't need to be a dick about it as well. Like
exactly.
Dick. Yeah, what's it? So I was going to say this is a pretty good series. It's Paul McGann in the early Time War. So this one has. Davros in it, and the guy who regenerated into the black woman, who said, "Oh, thank God I'm not a guy." His companion's really good in this. It's the Indian girl from EastEnders from a few years ago, Randy Thankar. She's pretty good. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so let's play the trailer.
Doctor Who: The Eighth Doctor Adventures.
Right.
The Time War, Volume 4.
We are from another universe, one that was at war. Or rather, one that had recently been. We have knowledge of the future. We have to take advantage of that.
Davros, there you are. Grown up.
You surprise me every day.
The time strategist, he's coming for you.
Hold on, pause for a minute.
What?
Pause for a second.
Well, what?
Is Davros human?
It sounded to me like that was an alternate reality where Davros isn't Davros.
Okay,
that's what it sounded like to me. But I'm hoping to hear some bloody Davros, you know, in the bloody trailer. Real Davros and Daleks. Yeah, let's keep going.
You are the Doctor. You are the enemy of the Daleks.
Now listen. You don't look quite yourself. I'm sure if we had a chat, we.
Shut up and don't move.
Sorry, who are you? You don't know? Never seen you before in my life.
Come on, make a move. I'd love you to find out exactly what a Dalek gun does to someone.
Exterminate! We will return, restored, stronger, immortal, and we will rain down fire upon you and all your people.
Wow.
Finish. We love stories.
I think that they might be building Davros up there now, to be honest, because we heard the Emperor of the Daleks. So, yeah, that sounds pretty impressive. Do you buy all of these? Yeah, you just see them.
Yeah, hey, listen, you've got this. That means I got it. I get them on pre-order. So when they release a series, it's like $80 for like the four releases. I just buy them all in one go.
Yeah.
And then it's every month I'm buying one set roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it amortizes out. Like, yeah, I actually feel bad I haven't got this one. I'm like, I want to get the Dracula sets. This one looks pretty good. I'll show you the cover. There's no trailer for it. This is Bernie Summerfield. She has a alternate reality doctor played by David Warner. It's really quite a good pairing. He plays it like a hangover Hartnell. That's how he describes it.
Nice.
All right, bye. So, let's look up that Screen Rant article.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, because this is so for people that don't know, Screen Rant dropped an article the most liked to the least liked, or as I say, the most popular to the most hated. But 13 things the Doctor, 10 things the 13th Doctor has done wrong.
There's more of these things?
What has she done now?
The 13th Doctor has done so far. Shall we read that?
Right, we'll read that one first. Go on, read that one first, because that'll be interesting. I'll read the Screen Rant one first, because that's what people have been waiting on. Then we do that one last.
There we go.
Yeah, because wait till you see this, guys. Right, he's gonna laugh.
Fine. Over many, many years, that Doctor has been on TV, on our TV screens. We have 13 different incarnations of everybody's favorite Time Lord. We've had Moody, Black and White early days, the camp middle period of light-hearted banter, the darker era that brought the show to its demise. Okay, what? This person knows nothing about Doctor Who.
Yeah, this is the thing about this article, right? What's going to stand out to all you guys in the chat and to Rabbi when you read this article is that the person clearly writing this article is only listening to what they've heard and actually hasn't got a clue what they're talking about.
What darker later days that they're to the right, the utter nonsense. The incredibly well received early days of the 2000 revival, or the current mess that has divided a once huge fan base, divided and scattered, I'll say. Yeah, it's good they're admitting there's a problem, you know. Yeah, it used to be they were like, oh, everything's fine. It's just a few, incels. It's like now at least they're admitting there's a problem.
Well, they're begrudgingly admitting it. They still don't want to, but they know now.
This list is already wrong, okay? Because there's 13 entries. To my mind, there's only 12 Doctors. I mean, unless you want to add in. Does that include there's the War?
Yeah, Jodie Whittaker is on this list because Colin asked. Yeah, Jodie Whittaker is on this list. Wait, our placement will surprise you for a Screen Rant article anyway. But look, Colin Baker's not my favorite Doctor, but would I put him on a list?
Okay, if you're going to put Jodie on the list, you have to add in 4 more spots just to show how low she is. You've got to make it like 16, right? Yeah. And then you have 15, 14, 13 empty. So you just so she knows like how low it is. If you're going to have her on the list, I would say don't have her on the list. And I would still put, Peter Cushing and who else? The War Doctor, above her, quite significant. Probably Victoria Wood and Lady Henry's Doctor as well.
Yeah, but I have to say I do disagree with the placement of Colin Baker there. I think that is gross.
Yeah, of the 12, let me think. I mean, he was certainly the least popular. That's fair. I mean, you can't argue with that. No. And he had his performance was good, and but his stories were generally speaking not great. But he's had a wonderful revival on Big Finish. So, but everybody else has as well. So I think putting him at as the least popular, I can live with that. I mean, other than Jodie, who I wouldn't even put on the list. Least popular, I think. I mean,
he would be least popular if Jodie Whittaker wasn't around. That's the point I'm trying to make. Look, Jodie Whittaker is around, and she is part of this list. So part of this Screen Rant list, I think they've got it wrong. You're not
going to get.
Go on, read them anyway, because these explanations are funny.
This is a good one. The reason the 6th Doctor sits so low on the list is mostly because Doctor Who, as a show, was simply so poorly written while Colin Baker held the role. Let me think. Listen. When Colin Baker had the role. Was it Eric Saywood had just had enough. He hated being in Doctor Who. He hated everything about Doctor Who, and he acted. I mean, by trial of a Time Lord, he actively just didn't give a shit about anything. Right? He really legitimately didn't. Like that, he was like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? Because like he had it. So I mean, listen. While I enjoy. Let's go through his first season. Well, I enjoy Vengeance on Varos and Attack of the Cybermen and the Dalek one. There's still not great. Then I mean, listen, they're very of their time. They're very dated. I think they're more dated than most.
Yeah.
And I enjoy them because I'm a fan. But I can see like these are. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable statement. I think that was the lowest production values happened under his watch. Things turned around significantly under was it Andrew Cartmel and Sylvester McCoy. So I think that's fair. I think that's a fair statement. Retrospectively, his performance has been praised, but as a man, he was thoroughly unlikable. No. I mean, his first story, yes, but after that, and only the first episode or two of that, by Attack of the Cybermen, he was just a regular doctor, right? Bit up himself, but that was fun.
Yeah, well, listen, you know, Colin's not my favourite, but we watched this story of his recently, and, he's not as bad as I remember, even. So, I mean, look, I still think if Jodie Whittaker is part of this list, he shouldn't be there.
Exactly.
And the next one's going to shock you because you can already see it a little bit because Rabbi has kind of gave it away, but to have the Fourth Doctor at number 12, you must be on acid.
Who would I put on the First Doctor? I mean, if it's popularity, I don't know.
I put him. He definitely in the top 10.
I'll put McGann after.
I'd put him in 7th place. The Fourth Doctor. That's where I'd have him on my list. I thought about this again last night.
Right.
He'd be 7th on my list.
So who's number 12 on your list?
Well,
the Sixth Doctor. Who was number 11 on your list?
Number 11 on my list was. I did a list last year, but it changes and varies. I think I had right. So I included the War Doctor as well, though, in my equations. Right. So so in 13th place it was Whittaker. Well, 14th place it was Whittaker because obviously the War Doctor is part of it. So second last it was Colin Baker,
right,
and then we had controversial Sylvester McCoy.
All right, well, stop. Fine. So we'll do apples to apples. Was that arrogant and self-absorbed? He brought the worst aspects of the past and future Doctors out in one go. Nah, that's bollocks. Fine. So let's go to the First Doctor. Yeah, I would say my rankings like this. You have, you forget that. Okay, you have 13 Doctors, and they don't include Jodie, but they do include the War Doctor, right? Yeah, up until Jodie, every Doctor on screen. Doesn't include Peter Cushing because it's a different reality, right? So you have, out those 13 Doctors, you have at number 13, I think it's fair to put 6, and I do love Colin Baker, but I think it's fair to put 6. And then from 1 to, then you have tied, you have a 12-way tie for number 1 after that between everybody else. So, they're all number 1.
Sorry, I'm here. I just sent you a private message there, actually.
A second. Right, there you go.
Yeah. I just have to because Ted is, so just.
Fine. So I'll
just go through the list anyway. I'll be back now and just give me 2 minutes, yeah?
Okay, the first person we ever saw play the Doctor was William Hartnell. He stayed on board for over 150 episodes, or 3 years. People were understandably shocked to see him regenerate, as they were accustomed to being an old man. However, as a person, he was quite hard to like. Well, that's pretty fair. He certainly clashed with what's the name? Susan. What's she called again? Whatever. However, he was stern and grandfatherly, capable of delivering humor when necessary, but often a bit grumpy. I was kind of a fake grumpy. Number 11, though, they put the 13th Doctor, so I'm surprised. I am surprised that they would put the Golden Jodie this far down. Okay, let's go and have a look. Jodie Whittaker's version of Doctor was shrouded in an unnecessary controversial, as many people are too scared of change to accept the world. Bullshit. Oh, shove it up your ass. What? No way. I can't believe that. Really? They really did. And they decided it should remain out. No. That was a handful of people, and let me remind you, they were right. A handful of people, all of which were correct. That this was going to be a woke nightmare. I wasn't one of those handful of people. I was people to say, "Oh, let's give it a go," which was the majority. Majority was like on board for it, right? That's what happened. I was there. Shut up! Scream bloody Rant. Oh, so yeah. And then what happened was I really wanted to like it so much. I gave it a pass after pass after pass after pass. You know, I kept giving it a pass for everything, and yeah, and eventually it just got too bad for me to give a pass to. It's not my fault. They made it shit. I'm sorry. Oh, don't hide behind that. Which is really what they're doing. They've decided to remain male. Having said that, a combination of a version of the Doctor not really seeming like the character we all know and love. In what? Yeah, again, you know more about this character than anything else by who her fans are, right? Who are the fans of this Doctor? They are cruel and they are cowardly people. That's who these fans of this Doctor are. Cruel and cowardly. The people who clump on Twitter. Those losers. They are fans of this Doctor. And again, cruel and cowardly. That's why they love her. You know, again, you got to watch this video of Kelly Sue the comic. She was like, "Yeah, being a social justice warrior is a good thing." And then no, it's not. You bad, So yeah. This is crazy. So yeah, not being true like the character we love. Well, yeah, exactly. Being evil, not even being evil, being stupid. Yeah, being stupid and boring. The two things the Doctor Who should never be. Much more so than cruel and cowardly, stupid and boring. Really, that's the worst combination ever. Having said that, the combination of we all know and love, and a truly abominable writing has made her otherwise quite good portrayal hard to get on board. No, other than the acting and the writing is quite good. Oh my god, this is crazy. Fine, okay. So they're putting Capaldi here. No, I gotta say, I mean, in popularity maybe, but that performance is golden. You heard us enthused about it earlier. That performance is freaking golden. I think the best performance as the Doctor. You know, I mean, there's Tom Baker, who's just very, very natural in the role. But Capaldi has, I would say, greater skill than Tom Baker. Tom Baker just happens to be barking mad, you know, and it all kind of worked, right? But yeah, I mean, it was just perfect for the role and the time. And it was the Beatles are coming together, all the right. But Capaldi is just such an incredibly talented actor, and in his performance, you get micro expressions of other Doctors. You get micro expressions of Tom Baker. You know, as he walks by, And the great thing about his Doctor is he just doesn't give an F about it. His Doctor is I don't care, I'm the Doctor. I'm hi, welcome back. Yeah,
where are we at? The 10? Oh, we're at the 12th Doctor at number 10. Yeah, that's again. Don't agree with that. He's definitely in my top 3.
Yeah, I would say so as well. Okay, what's everything? When Peter Capaldi was passed in the role of Doctor, fans were rightly confused. No, I wasn't at all. I was like, sounds. This was the man who spent most of the time swearing on British TV. I thought that sounds funny. Could he be likable? God, he's an actor. Pretending to be people is his job. And he turned out to be just incredibly nice, but just an incredibly caring, wonderful person. Even though I deeply disagree with him on probably every important issue in life, I still think he's an incredibly caring, wonderful person. You see with the care he had with the role. Wouldn't you love to see a season of him trapped in the 1970s in unit, filling in for Pertwee? Wouldn't that just be crazy?
It would.
Yeah, they have a comic strip like that where they keep him trapped in London in the 1970s for a year. Yes,
Right.
it's really good, Capaldi.
Yeah, again, look at number 9, the Third Doctor. Again, that's wrong. Sorry.
Again, for me, they're all joined number 1. When John Potter was introduced as the Doctor, he was no longer a time traveler, but an old man with effectively a desk job. What?
Wow.
Okay. Spearhead from space. No, not a desk job. Silurians, no. Inferno, no. And what else that first year? Mind of Evil. Oh, was it Mind of Evil that year?
Yeah, Invasion of the Dinosaurs. That wasn't it. But he was running around in that one, so I don't know what they're talking about. But this is typical. This is probably a 20-something-year-old that's writing this article, because even look at the way an old man, you know what I mean?
This Dane Peak.
Right, I'll Google who that person is while you read the rest of the
article. Find their Twitter feed. I guarantee you're right. If they can shave, I'll be amazed. It turns out his unique approach will be constantly praised, but his often grumpy version of the Doctor, the Time Lord, wasn't as easy to love as Tennant. Okay, sharp. 5. The Third Doctor is crazy. Here's one death. These budget constraints meant that for the first time, the Doctor Who, the personality of the titular role of the Time Lord came through more than his impressive powers. Okay. No, what about Troutman, idiot?
They're idiots. They haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
I just wish he had more personality. What the hell? As such, he felt suave and well-spoken, honest and intelligent, a savior of Earth. The only thing that held him back was his controlling nature. What controlling? Okay, I mean, no more than anything else. Like he asked somebody to go and make him a cup of tea. Seth McCoy. By the time Seth McCoy took over the Seventh Doctor, the show had majorly gone downhill and lost a lot of its viewers. It lost a lot of viewers. Did it go downhill? Yeah, okay. I'll say the Colin Baker years. The Trial of the Time Lord was the weakest season. Was the least put together season. But before finally being put on hold, McCoy himself was a great Doctor. That's true, bringing a non-serious campy tone to the first 2 stories, 3 stories maybe, which probably turned many viewers away while entertaining those who took everything a lot less seriously. What? Okay, again, by the end of the first year, he was like talking somebody into melting his face off. Really? The reason he doesn't sit higher is because I've never seen anything he's done. Is a combination of the darkness he eventually absorbed and the fact that the show ended up losing its fan base during it. No, it didn't. It actually increased during his run.
Yeah, I hate the way they never tell the truth. It's all propaganda, you know.
They just don't know what they're talking about.
I can't find their story anyway.
You know, they have to intend to deceive. There's no intention here because they're just morons. Right. Yeah. The 8th Doctor, in a similar way to George Lazenby, he got his minute. Got his minute impact on James Bond. Paul McGann didn't have long to make his mark on the set. Idiots! Yeah, no, he's like, again, Big Finish. They're all over him. He's had actually a massive run. Not only that, he had a massive run in the novels, and then before that, he had a massive run. In the comics as well. He's probably one of the most done Doctors at this point. Okay, fine. Paul McGann didn't have long to make his mark here, fine. Though he has since returned to play his version of the character in starring audio dramas. Oh, well done. Somebody told you that, did they? He played a version of the character who was charming and firmly in control at all times. Okay, what? No, he was not even in this one TV episode.
Oh, these people. Say
shoes. Don't you remember? These boots are perfect. I'm like, really? He's snogging Grace. He's not in control at all. Wandering around, getting a Wild Bill Hickok outfit, saying, I am the Doctor in the middle of the... No! Nothing about him is in control. Fifth Doctor, what bollocks they got to say about him? He had blonde hair and didn't like silver people. Okay, let's see. Okay, after the bliss of Tom Baker's tenure, really, it's always going to be incredibly difficult for the Fifth Doctor to live up to the hype, and he did, and he didn't. Fuck you!
What the? I know. Yeah.
You know who's not living up to it? You aren't living up to it. What the hell? Piece of crap.
That is absolutely disgraceful. Listen, did he have a hard time following it after Tom Baker? Yes, 100%. But to say that he failed, he did not fail as the Doctor.
He made the role, and nobody doubted him to be the Doctor. Anyone, school kids loved him, children loved him, we all loved him. Piss off. Oh, and he didn't.
Go on, read it anyway. Read it.
Peter Davison is remembered as a particularly likable Doctor, even though he was crap. Even though he was likable and shit at the same time. Really, listen, that's only makes sense if you like people taking a shit on you. I think we found out a little bit about what's his name again? Dan Peake. Dan Peake likes a bit the fecal matter on his chest.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Okay, don't look him up on Pornhub, everyone. You never know what you're gonna find. Did you hear about that thing about the guy who was obsessed with the Ethan Van Sciver? It's and they kept posting these anti-videos about him. There's somebody found him on Pornhub. I don't know what this is, but he was pegging videos. So I'm assuming he's shoving something up his ass. Do you know what pegging is?
Yeah, I don't know what pegging is. What are you?
Okay, so how can you remember? Keep it PG-13. Keep it very accurate. Keep it very biological. What does one need if one's going to do a peg?
What do you think they need? Oh man, don't even know, Rabbi. Come on, I know this is your channel.
Okay. Do they peg with one's body part?
Yes.
Body part.
Somewhere, yes.
So what difference is there between pegging and humping? It seems to be the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Why does it need its own name then? There's something going on there. You're not telling me.
Oh, you're so funny, man.
I'll tell you what a rusty trombone is, right?
No.
And you tell me what pegging is. How about that?
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not discussing that on the. No. Just Google it.
That's the last thing I want to do. The absolute last thing I want to do.
Okay, if anybody in the chat wants to tell Rabbi what pegging is, go for it. I'm not doing it over air. You'll get bleeding banned, for God's sake.
Okay, unknown 289. When I put 30 on the list, I didn't have her on the list. Okay, I didn't have her on the list because she's not the Doctor. Fine. Okay, fine. So, you keep it on the chat. Let me know if anybody's talking about pegging.
Well, I am. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Someone's brave.
Fine. Peter Davis is remembered, particularly likable Doctor, but shit, who bounced around his fun, less dramatic story. What? Less dramatic story. Patrick died, you dingaling. First time there was no sound.
Probably one of the most shocking storylines in New Who, where the Doctor basically lets a companion die. Come on.
I liked it that he used a cricket ball to bounce off the TARDIS and repel himself back into the bounce off the spaceship and propel himself back in the TARDIS. What's that? Fourth Doomsday? Remember, he's floating in space, right? And he's he's got to get himself some momentum to get in the TARDIS. So he takes a cricket ball.
There you go. Unknown 289 was brave enough to kind of.
Okay, here we go. Unknown 289. Picking an act between a man and a woman. You see, when a man and a woman love each other very, very much, sometimes they get a little curious and try role reversal. So what does she? Wait. Okay, what does she put into him then? What does she use?
She inserts into him.
But how?
Well, now come on, use your imagination. What do you think she uses?
That's
just think of a cucumber, yeah? Okay, that's just no more now. That's it, done.
Okay.
There you go. Darren is after telling you exactly. Don't read it out.
Where's a prosthetic? You say where's a prosthetic? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Thank you, Darren. That's very.
So we seen a few of them on that geek porn site or that geek sex toy shop thing.
Oh, that's what it's for. I like the Pikachu tail. I thought that was very, very.
You're seeing a few of them. Yeah, so you're seeing a few of them in the shape of a Dalek and stuff. Yeah,
right. Yeah. I honestly, I just assumed it was for.
Well, they say a man's G spot is actually up there. So
no. Okay, the gayest moment of my life. Okay, I actually said this on the screen, so this is fine. The gayest moment of my life. I was watching a documentary about prostitutes, right? Now, let me. I'll remove this from the screen for now because you want to get closer up with me. What is a documentary about prostitutes? And they asked them what have you done with a client that they liked the best? Like, what was their favorite thing ever, right? And they all said the same thing. That was while they're orally pleasuring their client, they're also inserting a finger or some kind of device into their rectum, right? And they're using a sonic on them. And so then their release, their orgasm from that is greater than anything else, right? Which I found. So then I thought to myself, would I want that done to me? Right? Then I always put myself in the situation. Would I want that done to me? Because again, I've always viewed my I'm getting back there, Blue Planet. I've always viewed my rectum as being a one-way street, being an outie. Rather
yeah.
And so I thought about it. I went, and I thought so. That's the guess moment of my life. When I thought about it, I went, no, I wouldn't do that.
And go back to Doctor Who.
Back to Doctor Who. See, isn't this better than just reading this on your own?
Well, it's some people are asking how did we get from reading the Doctor Who article to there. I'm not quite sure, Chris, but we've moved on now.
It was I said don't look it up on Pornhub, whatever it was. Bounced around less dramatic stories. Watching him play cricket and makes him almost impossible not to play. He played cricket once.
Oh, good. See, this is people that haven't got a clue. So we've got Christopher Eccleston, number 5 now.
Did he play cricket anymore? He played cricket in what's the name? That two-parter. What's the name of that bloody two-parter with the guy with the lip? What the hell is that called again? I'm just looking up an episode guide. It's just going to annoy me now.
Right, keep the chat, please, guys. Keep the chat clean now. Because I know, Rabbi does have a bit of a dirty mind, but it's sorry for him to talk about. But don't put it in the chat, please, because you will ruin his algorithm.
Don't ruin my algorithm. Yeah, I tell you, don't. That's and we're not talking in code either. I'll say, what's the name of that bloody story? Not the King's Demons. What was it?
Lots of people are saying Black Orchid.
Black Orchid. Yeah. So I didn't. That's only time he played cricket, isn't it? In Modern Undead, he didn't.
Amazing stream, quite mind blowing, says the space. LOL. Right, read the rest of this article before we get
Run to the Night's Doctor. Chris Eccleston had insurmountably difficult task betraying the Doctor for the first time in many, many years, with David Tennant already cast for. No, he wasn't. He wasn't already bloody cast. Although I did watch. What's the name? What's the name? That's that thing. It was in Casanova. Did watch Casanova because I was pretty sure. I thought it was pretty likely he would be the next Doctor. Right. So with David Tennant already cast, he wasn't for season 2. Audiences already knew that Excellence days were numbered, and that was only after this first episode, or the second episode. I think it came out that he was only there for 1 year, which was a real bummer. And they still loved him. I wasn't sure about him. I wobbled. I was like, "Oh, this is very different. I'm not sure I like this because I think he's the most different of the Doctor but by the time he leaves, he like breaks my heart. Right? He's so I fell in love with him because I fell in love with how weird and like just how different it was. I just loved it. He might have been a bit moody after the Time War, but he was emotional and hilarious. Hilarious.
He had some funny moments in it.
He had funny moments, but I don't know.
I wouldn't go as far to say he was hilarious, but he had these moments. He had these moments.
Okay, the second Doctor. Okay, fine. I guess put it there. Patrick Troughton had an incredibly difficult task. Another one, or portraying the Doctor post-regeneration for the first time. Okay, that's fair enough. He had to impress fans who probably didn't think the character should be recast. There weren't any fans then, for God's sake. It was just people who kind of like Doctor Who. I mean, like,
I
don't think anybody knew that if they were a fan, they didn't know they were a fan.
Yeah,
right?
but there was some criticism of him when he was cast, though, because there's a couple of reviews back in the day when he used to be able to send letters into the BBC, and they said, why are you basically casting a clown to the role? So they weren't actually happy with him being cast. But of course, he quickly changed that, didn't he? I mean, his first story is absolutely fantastic. Like, so I mean,
listen, I love that we have the animation. Oh, by the way, I finally started going through my 14th Doctor, season 14 Blu-rays. Let me know what extras you want. I'll upload them to my server for you.
Nice one, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
I'm going to be uploading them all in HD for problem being. So if you want to, but they take up room, so I'm not going to.
No, whenever you have them, man, don't listen. Take your time, because I know you're doing a lot at the moment. So just you get that done when you can. Don't be worried about that. Do the important stuff.
Like ripping the DVDs is a high priority, because when I rip them, it's like I like to have it. Then I can watch them on my big screen TV.
Yeah.
Or I watch them on my phone. Right. Once they're on a server, I have them wherever I want. So
yeah.
Okay, fine. More about friendly. He had to impress fans who probably didn't think he should be recast. Luckily, his down-to-earth persona, down-to-earth, really, the cosmic hobo, counter fun and kind ways meant that when balanced with bravery and wit, they're just throwing different adjectives at him. And I liked his purple and his green, and he became an instant hit whom many like more than Hartnell.
Well, he did become an instant hit, but to say that he was more liked than Hartnell is a bit of a stretch, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I don't think people really care that much. They're like, oh, Doctor's been played by something different.
Everybody has their favorite Doctor, you know. Everybody has one that they think is better than the rest. But as you said, you know, and you make a valid point, your favorite Doctor is the Doctor that's in the role right then, right now.
No, you know what? No, but for me, my favorite Doctor is the Doctor I'm actually watching at the time.
Yeah, but not now.
I'm watching a Patrick Troughton. I'm watching a Patrick Troughton. I'm watching a David Tennant. I'm like, and they're just the greatest. You know?
Yeah.
Fine. So number 3, they have Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor. Just like Matt Smith in real life, the 11th Doctor was they're going to know about him because they've seen him. Bouncy, youthful time traveler who seemed to have a great time with his new body after David Tennant had revolutionized the role. He had a selfless way about him. Really? I wouldn't say that bad. Okay, maybe. I mean, no one, any other Doctor. That was a way about him that made all his companions feel loved and invested in their adventures. No, listen, I don't think Clara felt. I don't think he was as close to Clara as Amy, right? I mean, like Amy showing up as he regenerates. I mean, other than making me cry. You know?
No, I agree with you. That Raggedy Man scene always gets to me.
Is it wonderful? Because they were born together, right? I just love it. I absolutely love it. It's a great. It's an absolutely great scene. So yeah, I would say his Amy relationship was the most important, rather than just being in a position where they were tagging along. I listen. By that point, Russell T Davies had set the template that the companions weren't tagging along, and I think Moffat, if anything, made them more integral. Like, I mean, Amy's journey, like Amy and Clara really. I think Clara more forced than Amy because of the inclusion policy.
Yeah.
But I just think like Amy was really one of that core part of the DNA of the show. Yeah, and she's a fantastic actress. Like, I think she's worthy of every success she's got.
She's doing very well for herself.
Cast her as in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Other than who was it they cast in that?
I don't know why have they cast what are they really going ahead with this female reboot?
Yeah, what's that? I'll look up Pirates.
Seriously, I mean, look, I don't want it, to be quite honest with you, because again, it's another franchise that was male dominated with the lead.
Oh yeah, what's his name? It's, what's it called again?
Is this the female one, or is this the one where they?
Yeah, no, this is the female one.
Forget about
played
it.
by, was it Harley Quinn? What's her name again?
Oh, bloody Margot Robbie.
That's the one. There you go.
Yeah, no, thanks. I'll pass.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to make an original female pirate movie, then I'm all for it.
Like I could go for.
But if you're going to call it Pirates of the Caribbean, there's only one Captain Jack Sparrow, and I'm sorry, I disagree with that one. They shouldn't be making it.
Captain Jack as a woman? Oh yeah, that's going to go well.
I mean, didn't they do that movie with Gina Davis years ago? It had a high budget, but it didn't really do too well. But it's an all right movie. The one, what's it called? It's called Cutthroat Island. Why not remake that with the because it's a female-led movie? Do that movie instead, and actually
they like to
the original.
Themselves to successful franchises.
Yeah.
Right, let's see what they're going to say about Tom Baker. Tom Baker not only embodied the Doctor for the longest, but he also most consistently considered the best. I think that's fair. He was a quirky, but played it to a point that kept him relatable without delving too far into straight up weirdness. He delved quite a bit into straight up weirdness. There's a lot of that. He was happy yet firm. You've never seen that. You've never seen him. He was not happy. He was content. He was. I think he was at one with the universe, and he was. I think he was experienced joy and happiness, but I don't think he was happy yet firm, and knew exactly what he was doing. Even if he didn't. He added a thing called a randomizer onto his TARDIS. Oh my god! If he did it with more bounce, even if he did it with more bounce than his predecessors. Again, this guy's never seen him, has he? He's never seen Tom Baker.
No.
Oh my god, this is fine. And the 10th Doctor, the one we've seen. That's basically what they should have called it. The one we've seen, and number 2 was the one everybody told us whether it was the best. Basically, everybody told us the 3 people we asked. You seen Doctor Who? Yeah. Which was the best? I don't know. 4th one, maybe. The 10th Doctor reaches the lofty heights of the first one, isn't this simply because he was the Doctor to the majority of modern fans? Oh God, shut up! I mean, you moron. It's almost impossible to think of the franchise without it. What? No, without thinking of David Tennant's stripy round suit. No, what are you talking about? Yeah, okay. Thank you for telling me.
I know Tennant is the most popular New Who Doctor, and he is. It's always between him and Tom Baker. But in fairness, Tom Baker should always be number 1. And if you want David Tennant at number 2, that's fine. But for me, it's in this order: joint first, Capaldi, Baker, and Pertwee. Put Tennant second place if you want to. But he's no way better than those 2 Doctors. But I can understand why he is there. But they do rotate. I have to say, Screen Rant's not the first time they've done an article like this. I think Tom Baker came first in another one. So they do rotate these listings. And, some fans said they're all right with that. But me personally, I think he's in the top 3, but he's not number 1. No way. He's not. He's not better than Peter Capaldi, in my opinion.
Yes, fair enough. So I'm going to was Charlie Brown suit, bravery and okay, forget it. Forget
But
it.
I love his series. I love his era. His era is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, let's talk about if Big Finish has gone woke. Okay.
Oh, you wanted to talk about that. Yeah, so you obviously have been listening to Big Finish. So,
I'm going to go back to January of this year. And
how woke is it though? Is it has it alarmingly stepped up? Because you did say, I remember last year, that Big Finish are behind when it comes to the kind of the agenda that takes them months to catch up.
Right now, it was written exactly when the Brett Kavanaugh thing was going down, and you can see that entirely influencing it. That's it. Fine. Let me run through the releases out, and you'll see how it like instances grow. Okay, so you had Diary of River Song. I haven't finished listening to this. These are no, I'm not going to say these are no more woke than having River Song as the main character. I know that's not woke. Dark Universe wasn't good, but it wasn't woke. Neither of these, none of these were particularly woke. Okay, so
do you think Big Finish are, because you obviously have experience in it, you and Daniel, do you think Big Finish is overextending themselves? Do you think they're putting they have their hands?
Well,
their
too many is definitely contracting if you see what's announced. But okay, this wasn't woke. This wasn't woke. Yeah, none of this was particularly woke. Even this 12th Doctor, this wasn't woke. This I didn't get because I almost certainly was woke, right? The first one ended with like this Donald Trump analogy of Rassilon. I was like, shut up. Okay. Not woke and fantastic.
They just can't help themselves, though, can't they? Not. They just have to insert something. Do you know what I mean? It's so blatantly obvious. Do you remember in the good old days, Jordan Classic Who, when they wanted to get a message across, they did it in a way that didn't alienate the fans and didn't actually.
You know what? The difference is, I think it's this, right? When a writer writes something and he's presenting, this is the way I look at the world, and this is the way I look at it. And you can agree with me or disagree, whatever. That's woke. That's the artistic expression. What's being woke is this is the way I look at the world, and you are scum if you look at it a different way. That's being woke, right?
Exactly.
That's the difference. So this Donna Noble kidnap, freaking awesome. This is one of my favorite sets of the year. Not woke. Again, nothing.
Is Catherine Tate actually voicing Donna Noble though?
Yeah, and she's great. It's a lot of fun, and also David Tennant's in it as well.
Oh, nice one.
If you want, I'll send it to you.
Because you know me, I love Donna Noble. I actually think she's up there with Sarah Jane Smith.
It's really good. I'm telling you, it's a really good. Yeah, while I was listening to it, I was going saying, I think if the BBC just made this now, it will be getting 11 million. It'll be huge.
Yeah, but they don't think in those terms anymore, Rabbi. Unfortunately, it's not about making money.
This one I didn't listen to, The Lives of Captain Jack, because I'm assuming it was woke, so I didn't. So I managed to avoid it.
Yeah,
fine. So we're up to April. Nothing woke. It hasn't gone woke yet, so we're good. This was excellent. Susan's War, not woke.
Yeah.
Torchwood, I dropped because it went woke. But here's
the thing about Torchwood. I think that's kind of a bit of an unfair statement to make because I think Torchwood especially has always been woke.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. It went woke for Torchwood.
Okay. It went extra. Is that what you're saying?
Right, exactly.
Right.
So this is the Vulturist, you're starting to get a little bit of wokeness creep in. Little bit. You can, in hindsight, see it. This one, Susan's War, you didn't. This is freaking awesome. This is what Susan did during the Time War. And they basically like the secret agent. It's really good.
Yeah.
These are very good. The countermeasures, not woke. Class, I couldn't be bothered with. I'm no interest in it at all.
Favorite box set, favorite Big Finish audio. What's your favorite Big Finish audio of all so far?
Wow, that's a hard question.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's so many.
Oh, is there? So it's that good. Big Finish is actually that good.
Oh yeah. It's not an easy question. So I mean, I guess if I had to nail it down to one, it would be the first War Doctor set.
All right. I thought you were going to say Spare Parts because that seems to be a lot of fans'
No, I think
favorite.
the first War Doctor one's better than that, and I like it a lot. So again, Pedonosal Gang I wasn't getting because I figured it would be woke. Time Slip I've never got. This wasn't woke. This was a tiny bit woke as well.
Right.
They had the thing that was going on at the time was they had it was set at the end of World War II. It's actually a very good story. It's set at the end of World War II, and you had the defeated Germans, but you had they took pains to show the Germans who were the naughty National Socialists. I can't say that as being good and bad people, right? At the same time, they are saying anybody who voted the mainstream non-left wing party was irredeemably evil. So I thought that was funny going on at the same time. But there's I think it was slightly woke, but it wasn't taking my radar at all. This was excellent, not woke. This was good. It wasn't woke, and this had very woke elements to it. There's lots of women, kick-ass women of and trans not trans women. I'm sure there would be trans, but also what's the word I'm looking for? Bi, or lesbian. It was like a kick-ass lesbian woman, right? Which okay, fine, but still, I don't think it was woke. I don't think he wrote them as characters. So I understand why people would call it woke. I didn't think it was woke. So, but yeah.
See, I think we have to be very careful as well, especially as consumers. We're going. What I'll say to you is like what Rabbi is doing. With entertainment now, you'll just have to judge it for yourself. You'll have to go and watch these programs to check them for yourself. Obviously, you can't always rely on reviewers like myself and the media, especially. You'll only know how good and bad these shows are and movies are if you go and see them yourself. Because, I mean, we're going to look at this is the entertainment industry is not moving from this anytime soon. So we've got to, as consumers, we will have to look at, like the way Rabbi is doing it now here. He's telling us which are woke and which are the least amount of woke.
All right, listen, I'm the canary in the mine, mate. That's why I'm here for you.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to judge stuff like that. Nothing is going to escape this type of politics. I'm sorry, it's even affected Lost in Space too, but it's still good because the stories are good. But every show is being infected.
I know that last episode, I was like, oh, leave me alone. And I really liked Lost in Space.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they kind of did push a little bit near the end, but do you know what? I'm still looking forward to the third season because it's finishing up anyway.
Yeah, I'm glad it's the final season because, I think they can pull it back. They got to bring Parker Posey back. She made that series. She was brilliant. Anyway, so here, June is when the wokeness hit, right? Stranded, super woke, just super woke. Here, 1 second, we'll go.
But you all got shocked because that was a McGann doctor, and McGann he's been kind of shielded from all of this type of politics, but now all of a sudden,
but this one I forgave more than anything else because with the McGann releases, they kind of have the philosophy that they're producing it themselves. That if they were pushing forward Doctor Who with Paul McGann, this is their own, so they can break new ground with it, right? That was their idea. Their basic idea. Here, I'll zoom in so you can get a better look at the cover. Their basic idea is clever. The TARDIS is essentially destroyed and slowly regrowing. He's got this house in Baker Street, and they're living there. But McGann is totally cucked this entire box set. He doesn't know what to do. He's a complete loser, and it's because he's lost the TARDIS, and he doesn't know what. And he's just totally cucked, right? Which I didn't like at all. Tom Baker being the curator was pretty good. The woman over here is the trans woman who's amazeballs, are great at everything. And she ends up in having a gay relationship with a companion who's bi and trans because she's from the future where everybody is bi and trans. Yeah, because it would just be weird than not being bi and trans. So again, that is super woke. Okay, it had a cucked McGann, and it had the whole trans thing going on. So here's what I think was going on with that. So I just think, let me go back and look at the producer. Producer makes a big difference. 1 second, backstage, production credits. Ken Bentley, executive producer. Who is it? I don't know. Ken Bentley is the David Richardson, which so yeah, I just think he's was carried away a bit with the politics of the time. So let's 1 second. We'll see when it was recorded. That's a big difference as well, because it tells you. Because then you get to find out what was going on in the world then
at the time, exactly, because those stories do reflect. Yeah, and we do know Doctor Who does do that.
Right.
It's the way it's been, and we keep saying this because the other side keep bringing up. But Doctor Who's we're not denying that. We've never denied that. You need to get it through our heads. There's a difference the way they did it back then to the way they're doing it now, and that's what we're giving out about. They need to go back to the way they did it in the classic era for us to be on board. If you keep shoving it down our throats, we're gonna walk away.
Again, it's using it as a platform, which is always a problem. Which is what they're doing. So look, I mean, the actual stories in themselves were quite good, and the idea was good, but especially Doctor Who as a soap with sci-fi elements to it, right?
Yeah,
right. But yeah, no, I would say in hindsight, that's woker than I remember it being.
Wow.
So that was a big woke hit right there. But so I'm hoping they're going to come out of it, right? Starkles haven't finished listening to yet. Then you have Missy, also pretty darn woke. It had I'll zoom in on this again. I think this is David Richardson as well. So here we go, David Richardson. That's what you got to watch out for. And he's a decent bloke, but so this one you had.
He might be a decent bloke, but if he has a certain politic and they're reflecting,
but they live in their echo chambers. They don't even know they got the politics. That's why they live in the echo chambers. They have no idea they have the politics. So the first story essentially has the Missy. Missy finds this very do-gooder female Time Lord, right?
Yeah.
And she mentions Jodie, this do-gooder Time Lord, and basically this do-gooder it's kind of a stupid story. It's the Master's version of the Valiard. So this is all the good bits of the Master distilled into this one amazeballs woman who loves Jodie. So I'm like, oh God, just shut up already. And then the final story, you got the Ogrons have kidnapped the Master and the meddling monk. Because they were never paid by Delgado's Master for their work in Dalek for the Planet of the Daleks, Frontier of Space, right? So I thought that was quite a good idea. But so Missy says, I can't be the Master, I'm a woman. So you got this the stupid sounding Ogron queen going, cannot be a woman, you can't be Master, you're a woman. So I was pretty sure they're taking the piss out of people who are saying, I don't think the Doctor could be played by a woman, right? I'm pretty sure that was going on.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they've done it in the main show as well, had a bit of a dig at fans, and that's not how you win the fans over. You don't have a dig at your fandom.
You know, like I wrote to him, and he really sincerely told me that I would not hear a representative. I can't say who. Sincerely told me that's not what was going on at all. Yeah, it was just a joke. So I still think it was going on, and he didn't realize it. Lovecraft's Invasion, that was woke. That was, again, that has the traditional Big Finish thing of having a kick-ass woman from the future who's like brilliant at everything. She's a bounty hunter and she's trans and bi. I'm like, enough of this golden future, of telling me the golden future.
Yeah, but here's the thing, can we just point out as well, because I want people to understand as well, when Rabbi talks about those things, he's not actually saying that he has a problem with trans or boy characters in Doctor Who. It's the way they're represented.
Well, no, you bring up a good point. The problem is this: they represent it as all human beings are trans and bi, and right now we're just repressing that within ourselves. I fundamentally disagree with that. I think that's their religion saying that. And look, if you're trans, you're bi, God bless you. I have no
exactly, live and let live.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's like not my business, mate. And like, whatever, and I will gender you however you want. I'll do my best. If I screw up,
exactly. So you don't force our politics down. You don't force your ideology. We don't force our heterosexuality.
Again, it's not my business. It really isn't. And so, whatever. But it's not. The majority of human beings are not wired that way.
No,
that's not the problem. That's just the way it is. So that, again, they're propagating this idea that really the majority of human beings really are trans and really are bi, and we're all just repressing it because we have like the male patriarchy. Like,
I want to ask you something. Doctor, favorite doctor, the doctors there, right? How many doctors actually have Big Finish audios? Because I don't know, to be honest. I know McGann did a lot.
Well, 4. Well, it depends. Like, paid by the original actors, you got 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Well, you're gonna have 9 soon, and 10.
Right. So out of those doctors, if I was to start listening to Big Finish audios, right? Who would you recommend I start with?
Doctor as well. Sorry, I forgot him.
Yeah. Who would you recommend I start with?
Well, it depended. What doctor are you in the mood to listen to? I mean, that's really where you have to go.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that I've seen Paul McGann on screen twice, and I've only heard probably one of these Big Finish audios, and I can't even remember which one it was. I suppose it'd be him personally. I mean, people that have listened to Big Finish, would he be the good starting point? That's what I'm probably asking.
You have 3 jumping on points with Paul McGann. I'm going to show you the right one. Okay.
Right.
Fine. So you had their initial release. These are okay, but they're not the best stuff, right? So this is when he first did the role, and then it builds up to like a season finale with Zagreus, which isn't great either. That was like the 50th release. Then it goes off into the whole has sort of soft reboots, and they're in a divergent universe. This other like parallel universe. One second, it's just loading up, and they're stuck there for a while. And then they come back, and then they soft reboots again, and they're in the this universe. But then what they do, a hard reboot, Blood of the Daleks. They started doing 50-minute stories with Sheridan Smith as Lucy Miller. Blood of the Daleks, great. They basically do a season, and they drop them weekly. But yeah, so this is their first season. Doctor and Lucy stuff is freaking awesome, right?
Wow.
Absolutely awesome. I would say prime Doctor Who, and they have a 2-part season finale, Human Resources at the end, which is pretty darn good. Then they flitted it out a bit and still did a bit more in their other continuity before they like wrapped it up completely, and they came back with the 2nd season of the Doctor and Lucy stories.
Right.
Again, if anything, better than the first one. And the season finale, it was Sisters of the Flame and Vengeance of Morbius. So it has a nice balance of old and new elements in it. Then they came back with a 3rd season. This Crinoid story with Nigel Planner is good. Hot House. These two are in a different continuity. Oh no, Scapegoats with it. This was actually quite good. The Cannibalist as well, and then you had this really cool it was season finale with the spiders from Planet of Spiders. You had this cool Christmassy one called Death in Blackpool,
Right.
and then you're back again with a full season, which it just builds up to an incredible finale. It's got Graham Garden as a meddling monk. He's freaking awesome. He's a great meddling monk, and
Right.
it all comes to a crescendo. First they also brings in was it Susan and her son into the continuity, and they did a Christmas one, and there's other one relative dimensions until the season concludes with To the Death, the ominously named To the Death, and it is to the death. Really awesome. So that's the ones those 4 seasons, they're freaking awesome. Let me know when you want to start. I have them all. And you see this little green blob? That means I can let them do it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, whenever you can. I know you're busy anyway, so
Listen, it's also no problem. Well, then they started doing these box sets, Dark Eyes, which was they did this Mary Shelley season where Mary Shelley was his companion. But then they started they moved to box sets, Dark Eyes, and this is like the third reboot, and this is where the ones that are on right now. The best one I think is called Doom Coalition. There's a very, very good enemy called the 12 or called the 7 or the 9, where the 11, where this Time Lord has all his incarnations alive simultaneously in his head, which made him crazy and a villain. And he's a really good villain. It's a really like spooky villain. But this I think was one of their best sets. And then they did Ravenous, which was not as good. And now and then they started doing Time War, which is on another track. And finally, now they're up to Stranded.
The wokeness.
The wokeness. 1 second. Let's see who that is. 1 second. Oh, that's somebody else is picking up. That's good news. I don't have to deal with it. Fine. So, Time Apart was. So you had the very woke one. No, we had less woke than Stranded was Missy. Lovecraft Invasion was woke, and still a good story. Just had I'm sick of hearing kick-ass bounty hunters, female bounty hunters from the future, bi and trans. It's boring more than anything else. Time Apart was good. It's 4 individual stories where Peter Davison is spending time alone. But that one wasn't woke. And then we got this one, Thin Time Madquake, wasn't woke, but wasn't great. This is just like nauseatingly woke. It's awful. The first story is all about how women are repressed and it's pure Brett Kavanaugh insanity, like pure Brett Kavanaugh insanity. Let's see, produced it. Because it was this is a strong disrecommend. Whatever that is.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is the average rhetoric the other side that there wasn't female representation in Doctor Who. I mean, the theme tune, a woman had a hand in that. Verity Lambert had a hand in bringing the show. We even had a couple of female directors that directed Jordan of the show. And also, we had the companions within the show as well. All of this rhetoric about women not being represented in Doctor Who.
It was showing like the 19th century as like this. You had this stunning woman of science, but she was subordinate to this man who was stupider than her, who was just like sexist all the time, and women were all miserable and like oppressed. No, that's not what the past was like at all. Moron.
No. It might have been that case in certain households, but it certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't as bad as that. No way. No.
Listen. Essentially, the what people perceive as sexism, which there was a fair amount in past, was more a desire that women should be protected and like cherished, and which women aren't so opposed to, generally speaking. It's not.
You tell me a woman that doesn't want to be looked after out there. Come on.
Right. So again, that's where it was all coming, and there are pluses.
Is that sexist? I don't know. Maybe it is sexist, but that's the way it's been. And if women are comfortable being looked after by their man, then that's fine. If women want to go out there and make a career for themselves, that's fine. If a woman wants to stay at home and raise a family, that's fine. She could do whatever the feck she wants, just like we could do whatever the feck we want. I'm gone. I'm sick of this whole. Poor women take up this. Get away. Show me the evidence.
The thing that irritated me was it was a misrepresentation of the past in saying there was no benefit for that previous system, and which just patently isn't true. I'm sorry, men and women both had terrible, shitty lives.
Exactly.
They just had subtly different, terribly shitty lives.
It was. I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't harder for a woman. Yes, it was. But
well, no, wait. It was harder for women in some ways, but easier in other ways. There was no dangerous labor that was ascribed to women. That women didn't go to war. Women didn't do hazardous labor in any way, shape, or form. Mortality rates were. There are different pressures on men than women. And I'm not saying one was better than the other.
I do get what you're saying, and it certainly was like that. Ted, don't start again. What's wrong with you, buddy?
So the big test of Big Finish is going to be out of time. If out of time goes, I think we have a problem. Let's have a look, see who's producing it. But I think is going to be looking at this too carefully.
Well, listen, if it's the same guy, then you've hit the nail on something. Then you just avoid as many stories of this fella as possible.
Yeah, he's down as a producer, but I think with Nicholas Briggs as a director and the writer, I think they're probably. I think you're probably safe. I'm hoping we're going to find out. So let's look forward to the rest of the year.
I have to ask, right? Because I did say this after Christopher Eccleston was announced. So I'm going to ask you guys in the chat as well how you feel, and Rabbi will probably read out some of your comments. But I wanted to ask, so obviously after the announcement, it's settled down now. How are you all feeling? Are you all still excited? You haven't lost interest now like you did with Time Lord Victorious. Are you all still excited about the Ninth Doctor's return on Big Finish, or has it kind of gone away?
Look, for me, it's all going to be based on who's on more information. Again, I'm exactly where I was. I need to know who's right. The first thing is who's writing it. Who's writing? I mean, if this is a Nick Briggs thing, I'm relatively confident. It's going to be good. If not, it depends. It could be woke. I don't know. It could be bad. I need to know where it's going to be in his timeline. That makes a difference to me. Because I liked how his performance grew, right, and how he, I liked the person he was at the end of series 1, and I would like to see how he would have progressed.
Exactly. I've been told that this might fit in the events either after Father's Day or before Father's Day.
I hope it's after Father's Day because the latest you can do him, the better. I think.
Yeah. Listen, I'm. Where am I? I'm still kind of cynical, but I'm gonna wait like you. I think that's what a lot of fans are waiting on, to see what comes out next to promote this.
Honestly, if they keep going woke, then you should certainly think. Yeah, I would think twice. So coming out next month, I think this one has the most likelihood of being woke. The New Adventures of Bernie Summerfield.
But you bought it.
Yeah.
But why would you buy something that's woke?
That it has the most chance of being woke. I'm hoping.
You know what? They should.
They put a bloody warning label on it. They should say this propagates our worldview.
Well, in fairness, if they want to do that to all the old entertainment, and I was actually saying this, well, they should be doing the same with this sort of entertainment. We should demand, but we're not that petty, because we don't give a crap, Rabbi. That's the difference.
Well,
The other side we don't.
You know, like after Stranded and Missy and the Sixth Doctor one really annoyed me because it was at the point where they were only they're only being woke on things they felt they had creative license to do. When they replicating older stories, you know, or older styles, they weren't so woke because that wasn't the style of the time.
They can't because they know they'd piss off the fandom.
Well, that's why I'm pissed off about the Sixth Doctor and Perry.
Yeah.
Like, just keep your wokeness out of it.
Well, in fairness, Colin Baker is pretty woke anyway. He lives with a couple of feminists as well. I mean, he was the first one to come out and congratulate Jodie Whittaker and then have a pop at actually Peter Davison for having his comments.
Right.
Yeah, so
honestly, we look, this could be woke. I doubt it's going to be, but it could be. This could be woke. I hope it's not. It could be.
You know, I hope it isn't for you because I could see you do put a lot of time, effort, and your cash into getting all of this stuff. And I really hope for your sake and Daniel, because Daniel is going to be buying this as well. I really hope that the Christopher Eccleston stories are something that they haven't given you and it's not woke. That's my biggest thing for you.
Right.
I hope for you. But as I said, you do have a little bit of hope, though, because we do know Christopher Eccleston has a bit of an ego. We do know that he had problems with the writing during Series 1 when he was filming Doctor Who, because he's brought it up a couple of times in his book as well. So the fact that he's come back, I'm telling you right now, he has looked at those scripts. There's no way he hasn't had a look at those scripts because they would not have announced this if he wasn't on board after looking at the script. He's looked at the script, so he must be happy with what's happening with them. So on that part, you do have a glimmer of hope that this could be the best Big Finish has produced in years.
Absolutely.
Could potentially be the best thing they produce in years, or it could turn out to be the worst thing, but not woke. It's just that it was too big of a project. But let's look at fingers crossed. Again, I will wait and see what happens with the next little bit of promotion of it. But they better not cock the promotion up like they did with Time Lord Victorious.
Well, again, I think that a Big Finish and Time Lord are different. Here, I'm going to have to wrap up in a minute, but let's listen to the trailer of this one before we go. This is the War Master set. Derek Jagger, and it's Hearts of Darkness. It's called. And it's got co-stars Paul McGann, and
it looks. I like Derek J. He should have come back as the man. I would have loved to see him back in the main character, Martha.
Yeah, there he goes.
Your mission is straightforward: find the Doctor, stop the Doctor, and, if necessary, kill the Doctor.
From Big Finish Productions, The War Master, Hearts of Darkness.
So, what'll it be? I'm going to the Lehar system. Whoa! No one goes to Lehar. If anyone can get you there and back, it's me.
How did you get aboard my ship? I was kidnapped. And this is how you show your gratitude. By stealing. I ain't never thieved nobody. I'd rather die. Right. Well, if you insist.
Destruction can be so much more thrilling than creation, don't you think?
My city is burning.
And it's doing it beautifully. Look at the colours.
That's my Melter. Who's she with?
An old friend of mine. Where are they going? They're not going. They're coming. Here, to the castle.
Whatever you're doing here, whatever you're planning to do, it ends tonight.
Is that so?
Big Finish. We love stories.
Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
I mean, listen. Look, Apocalypse Now. I think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So that basically they're doing the plot of Apocalypse Now with the Master having to bring in the Doctor. So this is. I wonder if they have a trailer for this. This I bet is going to be woke. I bet the whole time Royal Victorious thing. I bet it's gonna be woke. I really do.
Hopefully, it's not.
Well, it's got like the got like first time writers. So yeah, this Dalek 2-parter with Peter Davison, I doubt will be woke. This probably will. Wicked Sisters, which I've pre-ordered because I'm a schmuck. And you got the 10th Doctor and River Song. Good chance of being woke. I listen, guys. I will keep you up to date. I will keep you appraised.
That's it. We'll see what happens anyway.
Fine. Listen, I'm gonna wrap up. It's
no problem. Listen, thanks for having me on.
Oh, so I'm glad you came. It's always more fun.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I had a laugh anyway. It was great.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to the what was it? Please tell me they have Ride the Valkyrie somewhere. Oh, that'd be great. I doubt it, but maybe they will.
Out of Time has a trailer now, apparently.
Oh, sure. Okay, let's fine. Talk me into it. 1 second, let me find it.
Right, so we're gonna leave with this trailer, but if you want to catch me, obviously you know where I am. I'm on the TARDIS Zone. Rabbi will be there. He's there with me every weekend as well. We do have a great laugh. Rabbi,
no, the trailer's not up here yet.
No, it's not up. There you go. So yeah,
I can check the Twitter feed.
Oh, and next Tuesday I'm actually doing a late night stream with Comic Division.
Very cool.
So he's coming on Tuesday. And I think tomorrow night, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow night, I'm on Bounding Into Comics channel. We're going to be discussing the latest big news that he does. That's what he does. He reads out articles and then we react to the articles and stuff. So I'm there as well. So over at the TARDIS Zone, subscribe to me and Rabbi. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I don't know what to tell.
I was saying, I found the trailer. That's not it. Now I'm pressing the wrong buttons wildly. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you announced the winner of the giveaway?
No, I think I'm either going to do that on your stream or while we're doing the watch along.
Yeah, we'll do that on Saturday.
Right. Okay, here we go. So it's you know what? When the trailer finishes, I'm just gonna end the stream. I'm gonna say good night to everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm back on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and please subscribe to Noel's channel and to mine. And I'm going to be dropping a review right after this of Thin Time and Manquake, the new big Finish story. So let me just wind this back.
Welcome.
Good night, folks. We'll talk to you all.
Good night, everybody. Let me just play this. We will play it out.
The Cathedral of Contemplation.
A spinning cathedral outside history itself. Layers of space-time, pockets of reality, all perfectly balanced and interconnected.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, Out of Time.
It looks like a dimension barrier failure. Normally imperceptible, but with visitors crisscrossing space and time.
Oh, sorry. Wrong chapel. I was looking for the little shop.
Fast. Temporal energy discharge. Outside the door.
What do they think is coming? What have you got there?
Sonic's scientific instrument. I really should find a way back.
They don't give up. They're relentless. Unstoppable.
In my experience, no one's unstoppable, only ever unreasonable.
The doorway's connected to a corridor. Time corridor.
I'd advise you to stay. You're very well informed. What did you say you were?
A doctor. A traveling doctor, much like yourself.
If the Daleks get in and take over the cathedral, they would have the means to appear anywhere and anywhere.
Instant Dalek invasion just adds slaughter.
Scan destinations with this device. The Daleks will win this war. And war.
Get out of there! Get back, Doctor! It's breaking through!
Wow.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Nicely done, Doctor.
Why, thank you, Doctor. Allons-y!